G'day people, how you going today? And here I have a variety of banknotes. But today I'm not specifically going to talk about any one banknote, but I'm going to talk about, are banknotes a good investment? Well, to get down to it, it would depend on the type of banknote, the shape it is in, whether it's fine, uncirculated, or very poor condition. It also depends on the state of your economy at the time. Like if there's high unemployment and there is a lot of people who cannot buy stuff, of course it's going to affect how your banknotes perform if you do sell them, because quite honestly you are going to get a lower value than if economic times are good. Also, the grade, the economy, it depends on the year that your banknote was produced. Like those banknotes from the 1800s, put into account inflation, they actually performed a lot better than a banknote that was produced in the 80s, especially the higher value banknotes like your current Australian $100, the paper one, uncirculated, you can get a few $100s. That probably keeps up with inflation, and that's from 1984. But an uncirculated banknote from 1880s, it would have outperformed inflation. And they're very expensive, especially probably German states are very expensive. Private banknotes from Australia are very expensive. Generally, every country's banknotes are generally expensive. Anyway, so I have I'll just go through a few countries and see how the banknotes perform. Okay, the first one I have is Hungary. So this is a 1 million pengo, and this was issued in 1945. So these banknotes, they don't really cost too much, but at the time 1945 and in 1946 this would have been worth nothing. So to hold on to these banknotes would have been a good idea. Any inflationary banknote, because at the end of its life, like if it's changed to a new type of currency, like this one was changed to the foreign, or if the country adopts another currency like they did in Ecuador, they adopted the American dollar, and these banknotes become valueless, a few years afterwards they would have been collector's items, and you could have purchased them for virtually nothing. You could have sold them, like Zimbabwe, you can sell it for $5, you could have got it for nothing. Now these banknotes go for about $5 to $10 in this condition. In higher uncirculated grades are obviously a lot more money. So that would have been a good investment in probably grades fine and higher. Okay, this 100 Reichsmark banknote. And then 1934, wages in Germany were like 35 Reichsmarks per week. So this would be at least about 3 weeks wages for the average German. And now the current wage in Germany is about 3,730 euros per month. So that's about 900 euros per week, roughly around there. Now these banknotes, they, even in uncirculated condition, they do not sell for 900 euros. You could probably pick up uncirculated one for like 200 euros. So compared with what you kept it at the time, this would not have been a good investment. You would have lost money in the long term. So it went from this one being 3 weeks wages to now you can purchase it for like, I don't know, 1 to 2 days wages currently. So that is a bad investment. Okay, maybe I'll get a full picture. This is a Bulgarian 200 lev, 1955. It's in probably very fine condition. These banknotes in uncirculated condition, you get them very cheaply, between $1 and $5. So yeah, and in 1954, the average wage of a person was 500 to 600 levs per month. That's the office worker, and higher skilled was up to 1,400 levs per month. So if we take the office worker, this would have been worth at least 1.5 weeks' wages. And you get what I'm saying, 1.5 weeks' wages. This was a lot of money to invest. And now, I think the average wage now is about 1,000 lev per month. And that equates to about 1,000 US dollars. So if this is worth $1 US now for a bit over 1 week's wages, and they get paid $250 per week now, this is not a good investment. It means you have lost at least 90% of your money, probably even 95. So this one is a bad investment for the long term. Here is a dip. Now this banknote, it depends on grade. If you get an uncirculated banknote, let me have a look. Okay, so inflationary, this banknote should be worth about $240. But in this condition, it's fine to nearly very fine. It ranges between $40 and $100. So with inflation, you've lost money. In uncirculated condition, it's worth $400. So you would have gained money. So this is an example of the quality of the banknote that you need. So in this condition, to save it in 1966, I wouldn't even bother. And I wouldn't even bother with current banknotes as well of any country, unless they are a limited print. So United States banknotes, euros, UK dollars, Ghana cedis, South African rand, any currency in this condition, I'd just spend it unless there's something unique about it. Or maybe there's a serial number, it's like a first or last run of the banknote. Like if this one was XAA or whatever the last one was, just say it's like XZZ, they'll be good to keep. But in this condition, with current banknotes, I wouldn't even worry about it. See, this is what I'm talking about. The US dollar, and this is issued in 1999, and this has a current value of about $1 equals $1.47. So this is about $7.40 US dollars now. But in this condition, it's still just worth $5. So you have lost money. But if you have uncirculated banknotes, you could probably sell those for at least $10. So you would have gained money. And banknotes from 1913, where $1 US equals about $25 now. In 1913, those banknotes would have been good to collect because they are different design now, and they are very they more variation in their banknotes, like they national banks, private banks issuing government banknotes, and they like gold certificates and silver certificates. So that would depend on the type of banknote. Okay, Another one that depends on grade. So this is a UK £1 around 1974. It's in pretty poor condition, so it's got a rip. Okay, £1 back then equals about £9.5 now. But this banknote you can probably pick up for about $5 or $6, or even up to $10, which is about £5. So this would have been a bad investment, but in uncirculated, you're actually paying a lot more than £9.5 for an uncirculated banknote. You're probably paying at least £60, £70. So that would have been a good investment as well. And Brazil. Okay. So this one, 1954 Brazil. This is uncirculated. You can buy these for, I don't know, $3 or $4. And to actually keep this banknote from 1954, with inflation, well, it definitely was not worth it, because they had hyperinflation. And here's the inflation rate from, this is just 1980, so I'm not even going to say that. That's the inflation rate from 1980. So from the 1954, it would have been a hell of a lot higher. Okay, but what this brought back in 1954 is probably about 20, I think it's centavos, whatever they use, can't remember. Centavos, yeah. And if you like the design, it would have been good to keep, but as an investment, nah. Well, you could buy 20 centavos versus $3 or $4. Yeah, this might have been a good investment, but it is up to you. So this is bordering on a good investment, because you do get a return, but it's not high. Okay. Australia's $5 polymer banknotes. This one is from 92. It's uncirculated, which is a good quality that you want to get. It has a book value of at least $50. And with inflation in Australia since 1992 is $1 back then equals $1.82. So this has an inflation value of about $10. But if you're selling it for, you probably wouldn't get 50. If you sell it for like 35, 40, you still make money on it. And the same with these banknotes. These banknotes probably perform the same in the future. This is a 2016 $5. If you keep it for at least 25 years, obviously it's going to increase in value, because most of the banknotes will have been destroyed. So that is what my assessment of collecting banknotes. It's all down to doing homework and also buying the right banknote at the right time and selling it at the right time. So there is no one thing you can look for if you're going to invest in banknotes. It depends on the various factors which I've just outlined here, and I use these banknotes as a demonstration. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe so I can teach you more about currencies, banknotes and coins in the future. Okay. Thank you and goodbye.